Hey guys, Kat Calm here with Studio Sweat On Demand, and I am here with Miriam, our on-staff registered dietitian and expert extraordinaire. Woo! Hello! Today we are here to talk about something called net carbs. So when you're reading a label, one of the things that I have found confusing lately, especially not just the label, but also when they plaster it on the front of any sort of packaging, it'll say, in small print, net, and then it'll say carbs, and then it might say like 3. Whereas if you read the label and you're looking at the actual carbs, it'll say like 20. So I thought it would be great for you to explain to all the people the difference between carbs and net carbs.
Go! With pleasure. So I want to tell you where this originates from. It's actually not a federal regulation or a law. It's from food manufacturers. So the sense is, okay, so the low carb diet craze started, then all the food manufacturers started to get kind of fancy and go, ooh, we only have 2 net carbs in our product. So really it wasn't from any like health bodies or organizations. And so that's like the origin of it. So that's really important to know, that it's not from someone who really is looking out for the health of your body.
That's really good to know.
Number 1.
Yeah, okay, number 1. Number 2.
Number 2 is what is it?
Yeah.
So it's really just a formula. It's subtracting the total carbohydrates minus the fiber. And then that's just in whole food products. Now, if you have a processed product, there's also sugar alcohols that is subtracted from the total carbohydrates.
Yeah, so the one I was talking about specifically, the first time I saw this, it was on a protein bar.
Yep.
A processed protein bar.
So all bars will be processed. And there's a spectrum of processing, just so you know. So everything that's deemed processed isn't bad for you. I just want you to know that. So like a protein bar, for instance, which I have like 1 a day, they subtract the total carbs minus fiber minus sugar alcohols, and then they get the net carbs. What they're saying.
Yeah, what's their point?
Other
than to try and make it seem like it has lower carbs than it actually does. Why does that matter? Why would net carbs, even if you knew what it meant, be an attractive thing to someone?
So what they're suggesting is the impact of the glycemic index. So when you say glycemic index, it's really the glucose response in the blood. So absorption of carbs. Mm-hmm. So they're saying, ooh, there's only 2 grams of absorption of carbs in here. Mm-hmm. So it's not the total carbs. So that's kind of, and then so like a Quest bar has a lot of fiber in it. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of processed added fiber. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing. So they'll have like 19 grams. And then that's included in the carbohydrates. So it might look really high, and then their net carbs is like 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so attractive for them to do that. So there's some truth to this. Like glycemic index is a thing. Like you will get more impact of a spike in blood sugar the more simple your carbohydrates are, minus the fiber. That is factual. Where it gets a little trickier,
dicey,
is like it doesn't make it like a health food product. Mm-hmm. And you have to think about what you're eating it with. It's not just fiber. Are you eating it with a fat and protein to affect your blood sugar levels? Mm-hmm. So if that's what you're looking for, then it's a much bigger picture. If you're say a diabetic where you have to count carbohydrate grams, and you need to calculate how much insulin do I need or medication, then yes, we actually do look a little bit more into the carb.
Yeah, you really need to know. You really need to know the details.
But weight loss wise, which a lot of you are really like, ding ding, I'm wondering about, refined and processed carbohydrates, they're going to enter bloodstream quick. If you don't use them, they are stored. That can be extra. It could be extra fat if you're not burning. Mm-hmm. That whole calorie calculation in input output. So you want your carbohydrates complex as much as possible. That is a benefit. Whole grains, fruits, and vegetables are complex because they contain so much natural fiber in them.
Yeah, so that's going to mean an increased carb number, right?
It's gonna, right, yeah,
But
exactly.
it's a good thing in that case, so.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Great, well, I feel like I've really contributed to this conversation.
100%.
Probably MVP right here. Just kidding.
Always, always.
But thank you, that was super educational. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, just try to stick more still to the whole foods. It is totally fine to go to some of the more processed, low net carbs. That's fine. Just really think about majority being more from your whole foods.
And know what you're eating and know what you're reading as well. So,
yes.
All right, Miriam, well, thank you for joining us. And don't forget, when you've got those complex carbs and you got a lot of energy, you can go over to Studio Sweat On Demand and take one of our amazing body sculpting workouts there.